and it's won him a lot of games, those clutch parries. But going here into the character select, it looks like Taco is going to be going with Grandmaster Sub-Zero, and MrAquary is, as expected, going for Sonya Blade. Rocking the Mortal Kombat 1 Sonya Blade. Obviously, Tanya is a new character. She has just come out now, and she's playable for those that own the Combat Pack. Those that own the Combat Pack also get the MK1 costumes for Sonya, Liu Kang, and Kano. So if you guys want these costumes, feel free to please pick up the Combat Pack, get Tanya, get Jason, and get these cool costumes.
I love how MK1 Kano looks, the spitting image of Richard Divisio.
I
love that.
I like that. Richard Divisio, man. What a legend.
Special Forces versus Lin Kuei.
If you wish.
I do.
Round 1.
That's a lot of dead space in that interaction.
Absolutely. And here they go. Mortal Kombat 1 fights. I mean, I'm surprised. I'm a bit disappointed that Taco hasn't gone for the classic Sub-Zero. This would be awesome. Goes in for the overhead though. Lovely cartwheel. Drops the combo though. Here comes McQuarrie, once again getting the overhead. This is what Sonya does best, is get that hit. Ooh, catches the jump in. Really good stuff from Taco. Converts it really good, just change in the corner. He has McQuarrie corner now. This is where he needs to keep Sonya, and the dive kick go into the clone. McQuarrie not being patient enough. Right, here comes McQuarrie. Once again, the same thing again. Breaks though, putting Sub-Zero in the corner. Commits to the cartwheel there. Crazy stuff. Oh, crazy hit confirm there into Ice Ball. Hard knockdown into clone. McQuarrie uses the bar, trying to just do anything to get out of the corner. Because a lot of this match has been all Taco. However, MrAquary still has the life lead, as he's just simply doing more damage. Those two combos right at the start were massive, because you look at the damage that Sonya gets. They were very important hits. Very, very important hits. And Taco is ended in the corner against Sonya Blade. This is not good. Oh, especially with the instant jump one. As Sonya McQuarrie goes to a lot, he will instantly jump one just to challenge that jumping attempt. Or once again, that's one of the changes that Grandmaster Sub-Zero got. If he blocks an attack while the clone is active, the clone disappears. Dive kicks into another clone. McQuarrie getting frozen by so many of these, but not really getting hit by massive damage. Tries to do the same thing again. And a lovely hit confirm into the full combo there. Here comes Taco, get knocked on the ground. He gets tagged by the overhead. He has
just
to break.
Making full use of the dive kick right now.
Hard knockdown though. MrAquary trying to run in, but having no stamina. Here it is again. I mean, I really like the use of that just to get over the clone, because he knows that if Sub-Zero blocks it, the clone disappears. Really smart stuff, and that's a swift game one to MrAquary. Nice, good stuff from MrAquary there. But I mean, I like how when he sees, when he sees the ice clone, he goes for the instant jump into a dive kick. Because if Sub-Zero blocks the dive kick, normally pre-patch, if he blocked the dive kick, he would then immediately land straight on the clone and get frozen. Post-patch, however, because Sub-Zero has been changed in Grandmaster, he's going for the dive kick now, because when the dive kick is blocked, the clone disappears, leaving you at a neutral situation. That then leaves MrAquary up close against Sub-Zero, where he wants to be. So it's a good call. He tried doing it in the corner, and it did not work. He kept dive kicking into the clone and getting frozen. Mid-screen, though, I think you can get a lot more mileage out of doing that.
McQuarrie is really understanding that using the dive kick does alter your jump arc, so McQuarrie is doing a really good job of just spacing it so he is forced to block these clones. I mean, the only thing that Taco can do is sort of just backdash or jump back on a prediction. However, if you're doing that, you're then putting space between you and your clone and McQuarrie when if he's not got the life lead, that isn't really what he wants to do, because he's effectively just wasting time. Absolutely, but going into this next match, looks like we have Grandmaster Sub-Zero versus Sonya once again. MrAquary going for the player 2 color right now. We're straight into the match now, watching what's going on. Here we go, opting for the purple pants.
Oh, committing to the cartwheel. Risk versus reward through and through.
We're yet to see him go into the low option just yet, so as soon as we see that block, I have no doubt he's going to start going into the low instead.
Oh, here comes Taco. And once again, as I said, it doesn't really work in the corner. And I love the idea that Taco was walking back to make the dive kick whiff now. Really smart stuff. Caught by the low. Doesn't hit confirm though.
Oh, so many hits. Just McQuarrie, every button he's pressing is resulting in a hit.
Here comes the hard knockdown. Is he going to just try and slide? I respect the attempt, just to try and get out the corner. He commits though! He has MrAquary in the corner. And he drops the combo, unfortunately. Corners himself! And then hit into the corner. I do not like the idea that he jumped himself into the corner.
MrAquary has X-Ray.
Uh-oh.
This can only mean one thing.
He's going to use the X-Ray. You know he's going to wake up X-Ray. He breaks. There we go. Here it goes.
Yeah, smart use of meter by McQuarrie. Just realize that you got a breakaway, get that space between. Because if not, you're eating hard knockdown against Grandmaster Sub. Oh, just goes straight over the dive kick. Oh, wow. Taco making himself hard to hit, though, with those low profiles. Oh, here comes the cartwheel. Oh, good knockdown set by McQuarrie, but Taco scouts it out with the meter burn wake up for the armor. Dive kick straight into the clone. Unfortunate for MrAquary.
It's not what you want to do.
Hard knockdown once again.
Once again, McQuarrie doing that a lot. He seems to, every time there's a clone, he will seem to commit to that dive kick. Oh, here we go. Caught by the low, that lovely meter burn restand. Having to spend all his meter on that break. Oh, commits to the dive kick. Does it once again. Oh, that lovely, lovely jump in.
Showing no fear of the clones whatsoever.
Brutality. How about that?
You're dismissed.
Sonya wins.
Evidently, you are dismissed.
A swift 2-0 to MrAquary. We have to see Taco start just scouting the space of that dive kick. Because it's not the 50-50s that are killing him, it's the fact that he's eating a lot of jump-ins from the dive kick. The dive kick is safe on block, I believe, from a lot of ranges. But at the same time, he's minus. Like, just try and press a button, get your things on the go. If Sabahat gets his down 4, that's really good for him. Because you're guaranteed that advantage. I mean, at least go for those pokes. But Taco's just getting ran over right now by MrAquary.
He's doing well. I mean, you can tell that Taco's trying to convert. It's just that when Aquary gets in and applies those Sonya mix-ups, that's where he struggles. And right there, the lovely meter burn restand, forcing Taco to spend all of his meter. I mean, he has no armored reversal anymore. He's now he kind of has to just take those Thunder mix-ups. And these lovely clutch jumps where Aquary is not scared of the clone.
Well, he seems to be finding it really hard to get out of the corner. No, as in to keep the corner. Sorry, my mistake.
Oh, we're going straight into this next match now. Both players ready.
Oh,
it looks like Taco does get the first hit, which is very important.
MrAquary showing the whole wardrobe right now. Oh, interesting use of wake-up attack from Aquary. Ah, Taco drops the combo. That is so unfortunate as he is now cornered and will take damage into a restand. Oh, guess is wrong once again on the 50-50.
History repeats itself. Taco opting to save the meter though, and keeping it for potentially armored reversals.
Oh, catches the forward 3-3 to get out of the corner.
Oh, MrAquary getting the overhead. Goes for the break. Blanche advantage going straight through the clone.
Oh, no stamina to follow up with.
You always forget about your stamina meter. That's one thing that people tend to forget about at this point in the game is whether they actually have stamina.
Aquary's down on life right now, but oh, really good reaction slide by Taco. Let's go watch that dive kick at this point. You know he's looking for it. Catches the jump in, not quite enough. Gets the downfall, goes in for the advantage and manages to take round 1 using it.
Sub-Zero's down 3 seem to be a really strong anti-cross-up tool. If someone's going to cross you up, just go in for that and then you're in a good position. Absolutely in a good position. Oh, gets the jump in again! Has the nerf that Grandmaster received where if you block and the clone vanishes. Look at that's an interesting freeze right there.
Sort of sitting on an invisible chair.
MrAquary,
5 feet above ground.
He's jumping a lot. On the right, there we go. And he has no breaker. That's going to be a full 50% parry if Aquary gets the hit. And he's going to find himself in the corner too if MrAquary gets this combo. There we go. 48% meterless. Taco doesn't care though. Goes for the wake-up slide.
Wait, was it meterless?
Oh, that clutch.
That was a 3-bar X-ray combo. That was as far away from meterless as it gets.
I did not mean to say meterless. All right, give me a break. And he's knocking him on the floor. And now he's got Taco in a good situation. Goes for that clutch. Wake-up slide. He's going to have to convert this. Is this what Taco needs? He has to go all out, but then tagged by a wake-up up kick. Crazy stuff. MrAquary on match point right now.
Oh, does drop the barrel. Taco has to win this round or his tournament life is over this week.
Oh, MrAquary whipping those parries just to get the meter. Smart stuff.
Drops once again.
Oh, he gets tagged by an overhead. This is what Taco needs. And he's low enough to the ground. If he got the clone there, that would have been a full combo. Oh, that dive kick.
Just Aquary is spacing out those dive kicks so well right now.
And I love how Taco's now walking back because he's not even giving Aquary a chance. Like right there, he's walking back. He's not giving Aquary the chance to block and get rid of the clone. He's keeping it there. And once again, he's doing it again. Aquary does the same thing every time. And Taco is now wise to this.
Aquary has a bit of a mountain to climb to bring this round back.
He does it again. Unfortunately, I think MrAquary was just too flowchart there in the sense that every single time there was a clone on the screen, he went for a jump-in dive kick. Granted, it helped him win the other 2 games. But because in that last round, Taco he's caught wise to it. He realizes when I have a clone on the screen, Aquary jumps in and dive kicks every single time. The second Taco realized that, he just walked back, let the dive kick whiff, and then let him just get frozen by it, rather than him just sitting there blocking and then getting rid of the clone entirely. Really smart adjustment there.
Like I said before, I mean, at the start of the set, Aquary is an aggressive player, really aggressive player, but Grandmaster Sub will shut that down. Early on, he wasn't able to do it because of the dive kicks just getting rid of the clones, but Taco is now walking back, he's making the dive kicks miss, or at the very least he's blocking them, and then he's making the most of the minus frames that he knows Sonya is now at. We're going to hope that we see Aquary manage to make the adjustment. I mean, he's going to have to do something about the clones, because I hope he realizes, because it's fairly obvious what's going on. We can hope that under this tournament pressure he realizes it as much as we all do.
Oh, jumps into the clone though. Looks like he's very much still kind of trying to jump over the clone, but Taco taking the walking back just to not even let it miss. Is he going to walk back again? Oh, here we go, MrAquary just waiting out the clone. Oh, lovely again, getting the dive kick, but punished by the forward 4 clone. So yeah, ice ball, my mistake. Oh, and he has him. MrAquary now trying to zone him out, but that slide makes it kind of hard to zone Sub-Zero. Oh, tries to anti-air with the ninja jump 1. Does it slightly too late? Oh, tries to jump over the ice ball, getting frozen. Taco.
MrAquary trying to dive kick the clone once again, but that's why he hit the. Oh, he's going for it again.
I think the interesting thing here is that he's going for the. He's being so patient, but again, that is an amazing. That forward 4 punish. I'm not sure if that's either a punish or Aquary is pressing buttons.
If that's a clean punish, then fantastic. He has found the answer to what is losing in these rounds.
He's putting the clone up and letting MrAquary hang himself with these dive kicks.
And this is just building bar. Runs in for the back 2. Ooh, that's cornered, but it doesn't matter. He managed to take round 1. This could be what makes Taco win the set.
This one adjustment, that change of pace, and letting Aquary just basically lose the match for himself when a clone is on the screen. Oh, and he goes in, lovely hit confirm into forward 4-2, Meeburn freeze. Taco made that necessary adjustment right now. Catch him with the overhead. MrAquary keeping his bar. Are we going to see an X-ray? And right, I say it, he does the X-ray.
And jumps into a clone. MrAquary is crumbling right now.
Taco, this is the momentum he needs. And he jumps into a clone once again. This is not the Aquary that we saw earlier. Taco has made such an adjustment here. Oh my days. Full combo into the game win. Wow.
Is that a flawless victory?
Just like that, we are now 2-all up. Taco making that adjustment, slowing it down.
Flawless victory. Wow. What a statement to make going into the game 5? It's a game 5 now. 2-all, game 5. But still, that one thing, the dive kicks now not being a problem with the clone up, has changed the entire match around.
Sometimes you just got to slow it down. If you realize that, hang on a minute, every time I've got a clone up, MrAquary's jumping in. And when he jumps in, he goes for a dive kick. He's trying to make me block to get rid of the clone. So I'm just going to walk back. His jump's going to miss, and he's going to jump into the clone. It's a really smart adjustment, and unfortunately, I think Aquary just not really being wise to this adjustment just yet, but it's 2-all right now. Really good situation for Taco. I mean, just riding this momentum. That was a swift game 4, and it was just completely all him. This adjustment, the ability to keep it composed and realize what you're doing, it's helping out for him, and this is why this guy is here in the top 8, and that's why he's here. You know, he's here to play and he wants to win.
We're in the process of seeing a full-on 3-game straight comeback from Taco. I mean, this guy has shown he knows how to play. He knows what he's doing. But he was on the ropes. He was against Sonya Blade, getting mixed up to high heaven, guessing wrong every time, eating dive kick after dive kick after dive kick. But now, the dive kicks have been shut down. And that is what's winning him the set. He is now 1 game away from making a 3-game comeback, securing himself at least $250. That's one way to earn a bit of money.
Absolutely. I mean, we last saw Taco mainly play. Taco was against Sumerian, and he was in the process of 3-straying Sumerian. Match point against Sumerian. He made a 3-game comeback against Taco, unfortunately. But you know, we've seen that Taco has what it takes to take on the best players in Europe and prove that he himself is a really strong contender for this. And he's here for a reason, playing really well, out of his mind at the moment. These guys
the winner of this match will have to fight Geggs in the semi-final. So regardless, they're guaranteed at least someone a Quan Chi or Kotal Khan.
Absolutely. I mean, it's hard to call, but I mean, we've got 1 game left of this match right here. Again, MrAquary rocking Sonya, changing to the Special Forces variation, the one where he gets the drone, of which she can control, she can get stuns. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. Maybe he's made the adjustment to a different variation to shut the clone down without having to dive kick in, and goes for the... we no doubt will see a lot of those kind of taser shots, the ones that home in on Sub-Zero just to get rid of that clone, combined with potentially the ring, to just double up on projectiles, get rid of the clone, and then contend and not get that trade.
Well, this is a direct attempted counter to the variation and nothing more. We'll see if it will work. I mean, Taco does manage to back himself first hit, but this is what he can do now.
Oh, and here we go. This is the reason he's picked this variation, to contest full screen. And just contest that with the drone. Drone has gone, though. Oh, tags him with the overhead. Lovely hit confirm. Has to be a full freeze.
McQuarrie opts to break, wants none of that corner pressure.
Oh, Taco, that's the first drop we've seen in a while. His execution has been so on point in these comeback games. Oh, and he gets the low. Full combo. Summons the minion again.
Here comes trade somewhat. McQuarrie's still down on life, but really using the drone well.
Does not punish the slide, though. Oh, and he trades That was not a trade that he wanted. Drops the combo though, but it does not matter. Taco finding himself a match point against McQuarrie.
I think McQuarrie really has to just stop using so many drone shots because it's getting him hit so many times, and before he knows it, he's got no health left to then make these risky plays.
Hit confirmed from Taco. Wow, he has brought this back 3 straight games. He made the adjustment. Miba and Arc Kick to go through that clone, but oh, that lovely slide.
On reaction as well. I mean, Taco is just showing. I think he knows this matchup better than he did cover ups.
Oh, the wake-up slide to go under that projectile. Is McQuarrie going to get a chance to use the drone? Here we go. Opting to play the keep away game. I don't think he can. He has to go in here. I don't think the keep away game is going to help him anymore.
McQuarrie is on the ropes. He's got so much of a mountain to climb.
Oh, hit by the string! His next hit could do it. Oh, and he tries to X-ray. Unfortunately, that was never really going to work.
He jumps into
Taco
the clone
taking
as
that
well.
back. Let's talk about that for a second. Taco making a 3 straight comeback. McQuarrie tries to change the variation, but unfortunately does not work out. McQuarrie going home with a really strong first couple of games, but Taco taking the necessary adjustments to slow it down and then win 3 straight. Like, huge props to him for that play. Like, not anyone can keep that together and win 3 straight games in that situation.
I think the issue was when Taco made the adjustment, it was to player. Like, he adjusted to what McQuarrie was doing, like, as a player in the game. McQuarrie's counter was to just change variation, not actually what Taco was doing, if you know what I mean.
He wasn't really adjusting to the way that Taco was playing, more so than he just tried to pick a variation which would probably still let him play the same, but just have different tools to get around the clone.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I feel like he was completely capable of getting around the clone in cover ops. It's just that the method of which he was getting around the clone was not the correct one anymore because Taco made the adjustment. He could have changed without changing variations.
But then Taco was sliding him on reactions to projectiles, on reactions to shooting, the drone shot. Like, Taco immediately showed counters to that variation, but McQuarrie just didn't return in time. And he, again, with the X-ray, as soon as that X-ray missed at the end, that was basically when the game was over.
It's basically McQuarrie admitting that I don't know what to do. I'm out of options. If I get this X-ray, I'm in a good situation, but if not, it felt like quite a defeatist thing to do, the X-ray. I mean, I respect the attempt. I really do respect the attempt, but unfortunately it was just not what he wanted. But as you can see here, this is why he went for the X-ray. When Sub-Zero has no break, you can see the damage of which you get from this X-ray. So 48% on the parry. That is basically a 50% damage parry into a knockdown. That's why he went for the X-ray. If he got that X-ray at the end, he would have been in a good situation. But unfortunately, Taco really realizing there's no reason for him to go in. So he played it safe, and evidently that was the good call to make, because here he is in top 4.
So coming